Before you buy your first car in South Africa, you need to watch this video. I'm going to save you from debt traps, scams, hidden costs, and emotional decisions that leave people broke by the 20th of the month. Whether you're buying privately through a dealership or even from WeBuyCars, these tips will protect your money and your sanity. So here's 9 brutally honest tips for buying your first car in South Africa, and these will save you tens of thousands of rands. Number 1 is to set a realistic budget. This is number 1 for a reason. If you don't do this, you'll hate the end of the month. South Africans love cars, we love status, we love performance, but the truth is your salary doesn't care about your ego. The golden rule is quite simple. Your monthly car payment should never be more than 15% of your net income. If your take-home pay is 15,000 Rand a month, your installment should be around 2,000 to 2,200 Rand max. Not 4,000, not 5,000, not 5,000 with a balloon payment. Ignore the car with the fancy rims and all the cool features. That guy flexing his BMW keys on TikTok, he's probably paying thousands of Rand every single month just for a car, but he's eating 2-minute noodles the rest of the month. If you can buy a small, reliable car cash instead, and then take that monthly installment you would have paid, maybe it's 2,000 or 3,000 Rand, and invest it into something like the S&P 500 in a tax-free savings account or even an emergency fund, over 5 years, that alone could grow into 150 or 250,000 Rand, where a car loses value, but your investment actually grows. So if you can buy a cheap, small, reliable car cash, it's definitely better. Number 2 is that your first car must be boring, reliable, safe, and not sexy. Your first car has one job. It's supposed to get you from point A to point B without any issues. Reliable brands for first-time buyers in South Africa include cars like Toyota, Suzuki, Honda, Hyundai, Nissan, or even older VW models. And most people skip this next step. You need to research common problems of that exact model you want to buy. Search, for example, Toyota Yaris 2013 model, common problems in South Africa, or Suzuki Swift reliability issues, or Hyundai i20 known issues, or whatever. Just do some research. This reveals stuff like oil consumption issues, gearbox issues, electrical faults, and all the things sellers never actually mention. A Yaris, for example, won't trend on Instagram, but it also won't trend at the mechanic. That brings me to number 3, and that is to calculate the true cost of ownership, not just the installment of 2 or 3 or 4,000 Rand. There's obviously other costs involved. The installment is literally just one part, and everything else around the car becomes very expensive very quickly. So you can do some monthly estimates and work on insurance from 5 to 1,800 Rand, fuel from 1,500 to 3,000 Rand, tires from 3,000 to 8,000 Rand, and services from 1,200 to 3,500 Rand, or any unexpected issues between 2,000 and 10,000 Rand a year. Cars need to be serviced every 10 or 15,000 kilometers, or at least once a year. Skipping services is like skipping the gym. The damage shows later, but it becomes really expensive. If you buy a car with big mags or low profile tires, you're literally signing up for financial pain voluntarily. Start building a reserve fund as soon as you can. Open a separate savings account just for your car. Deposit 200 or 500 Rand every month, and this covers things like your services, your tires, your brakes, batteries, license renewal, all the things that come alongside car ownership. Maybe even surprise breakdowns, we never know, but if we have a healthy reserve fund or emergency fund, we do not carry that much risk. If you don't have a reserve fund, your car owns you. If you do, nothing is an emergency because you have the funds available. Cars are guaranteed expenses. Realistically, you need to plan for them before they bite you in the ass. Number 4 is to always take a friend who actually knows more about cars to do the viewing with you. Don't be a hero and just go and buy the car. Take someone who actually understands cars, someone with mechanical background. Most people are selling a problem, and if your friend knows more about cars, his job is to spot that problem before you inherit it. Number 5 is do not buy until you've checked these 7 things. Never trust a dealer or a seller's story. Trust actual proof. Number 1 is to get the NATIS document. Number 2 is check the VIN number and make sure it matches with the engine and the chassis. Number 3 is to check the real service book with real stamps as well as the consistency. Number 4 is to make sure there's no accident reports. Number 5 is to check a DEKRA or a AA inspection report. Number 6 is start the car, idle it, check it for leaks or even smoke. And then of course, number 7 is to test drive it, but for a long distance. Drive on the highway, drive on hills, drive on tight turns. Make sure you test out the car. Never ever view a car in the dark or in the rain because problems hide in bad lighting. Number 6 is to understand balloon payments. Balloon payments catch thousands of first-time buyers. To simply explain what a balloon payment is, it's where the bank lowers your monthly installment, but at the end of your term, you still owe them 20 or 40% of the original car's price. So a simple example is if you bought a car for 200,000 Rand, the balloon is 60,000 Rand. After 5 years of payments, you still owe them 60,000 Rand. Most people refinance that balloon payment, paying even more interest at the end of the term. And why is this a trap? Because you pay interest on money you haven't paid off. You stay in debt much longer and it becomes a debt trap, keeping you poor over the long term. You can't sell it easily. You never even fully own the car. Number 7 is to negotiate your interest rates. Don't just accept the first offer you get. Your interest rate is not fixed. If the bank gives you prime plus 4%, push for prime plus 2.5% or push for prime specifically. If your credit score is good, they will move it down. A 1% lower rate can save you thousands over the term of your loan. And I would also get multiple quotes and make them compete for you. Walk away if needed because you're not married to that specific deal. Never take the first offer and always negotiate. Number 8 is your first car is not your forever car. And I think this is a mistake that so many people make. You don't need your dream car right now. You need a reliable car. It needs to get you to work. It needs to build your credit. It needs to keep you safe and it needs to help you save money. Later, when your income grows, you can always consider upgrading. Although, if it's not giving you any problems, why would you buy another car? Most people's first car is a 10-year-old hatchback and they turn out perfectly fine. Number 9 is don't rush. Because cars are everywhere. There will always be a next deal. Never fall for that someone else is coming to see the car or there's someone else interested. Relax, take a deep breath and think about it rationally. There are thousands of cars, dealerships, private sellers, We Buy Cars, auctions. Take your time, make the right decision and make sure you buy the car that you actually deserve.